Welcome everybody to this week's Boxing Book Club, episode 3 we are on now. Me, Andy Clark, on Macklin's Take YouTube, and thanks to John Dennon, first of all, for coming on last week. It was great fun to talk to John about writing his book, the unauthorised biography of Anthony Joshua and everything that entailed, and he picked two absolute bangers as well for his selections. Shadowbox by George Plimpton, which is honestly one of my absolute favourites, and A Flame of Pure Fire, Jack Dempsey, and The Roaring Twenties by Roger Kahn. They were just two brilliant selections. Plenty of you will have read them, probably. A good few of you may not have, and if you haven't, then I would suggest you get onto those because they are real good ones. So in terms of my picks for this week, I'm going with a category this week that I'm going to call Stranger Than Fiction, because some of the stories in boxing we all know are definitely stranger than fiction. Some of the tales of life stories and other things are they're hard to believe. But we do know that they're true. So with that in mind, I've chosen 3 books along those lines. So the first one is The Killings of Stanley Ketchum by James Carlos Blake. Now, Stanley Ketchum was the world middleweight champion in the early 1900s. Incredible backstory. And I won't say too much more than that. I don't want to get into these books too much in terms of explaining what they're about, because that would kill it. You need to find out for yourself. But Ketchum was an absolutely unbelievable character, and this is a really interesting ride through parts of America that were fairly lawless, really, at times, and you can trace his route through there and how he grew and learnt to be a fighter and how he met his demise at an early age. That's the only spoiler I'll give you there. If you don't know about Ketchum, then that will come as news. If you do, then it won't. So the other one I'm going to go for, and we mentioned this fight that this is about with John last week. So this book is called Shelbys Folly, written by Jason Kelly. What he entitles it as is Jack Dempsey, Doc Kearns, and the Shakedown of a Montana Boomtown. And that's accurate. That's accurate, because this fight between Jack Dempsey and Tommy Gibbons, Dempsey defending his world heavyweight title in 1923. As I said to John, it's the kind of subject that you would expect to find, the kind of narrative you would expect to find in a Coen Brothers film. I don't know how nobody's done this, because it's absolutely stupefying at every turn what happened with that fight, how it ended up being where it was, what happened when it got there, what happened in the aftermath. It's just crazy story after crazy story. And a fantastic read for that reason. So that's the second one. And the third one is, again, this is another mental story. And I don't know if that's quite an appropriate word for it, actually, but The Years of the Locust by John Houghton. This is a story about a promoter called Rick Parker and a fighter called Tim Anderson. And I'm not going to say any more about it than that. It's been optioned. I think Paddy Considine has bought the film rights for this, and he's yet to do it. But Paddy's a massive boxing fan, so hopefully at some point he will do it, because it's wild. It's wild, but it's true. It's an amazing story. So those are my 3. You'll really enjoy them. I absolutely guarantee it. So there we go. Years of the Locust, Shelbys Folly. I think there are a couple of books about this. I think there might be another one called The Sack of Shelby, and they deal with the same subject. But this is, like I said, this is terrific. And The Killings of Stanley Ketchum. So that's my kind of stranger than fiction category. It's a big category. There are loads of stories that could have gone into this one. I'll probably come back to it at some point. But if you get your hands on one or any of these, you will enjoy it. You'll have a good time with these, no question. Okay, well, thanks for tuning in. As always, I'll be back next week. Won't have a guest for a little while because I'm going to be out of the country. So I will be doing that again, though, in the future, getting another author on, because it was good fun talking to John. Okay, take it easy, everybody. Have a good week.